Almost 70 years ago, the Office of War Information was founded to consolidate the U.S. Office of Facts and Figures with its main function to approve the design and content of government posters. At that time, the biggest concern was the careless leaking of sensitive information that could be picked up by spies and saboteurs.
They wanted to make sure that our images and stereotypes of the Germans, Nazis, and Italians were understandably negative.
That later included most movie scripts that Hollywood produced, and then morphed into one of its biggest projects. Over the course of World War II, the office contracted with hundreds of professionals to take more than 108,000 photographs, all in the name of the war effort on the home front, and that's what these photos represented: life here at home. They are representations of everyday life, which stood for freedom and the patriotic efforts of everyone here supporting everyone. Most people didn't realize that the OWI was purely a propaganda effort, both anti-Axis and pro-Allied, using art, photos, movies, whatever was at its disposal to shore up the American way of life.
If anything, I'm a little bit surprised in a pleasant fashion, inasmuch as I think it shows that they were ahead of the curve, that they understood that you couldn't simply produce several generic images for propaganda purposes or for purposes of instilling patriotism and expect them all to play equally well in every setting. I think it makes good sense to market specific kinds of images to specific communities. And again, I'm a little bit surprised that they were that far ahead of the curve at the time.
Now these photos are in the Library of Congress. From factory workers in the East to the agriculture belt across the Midwest, they're available for anyone wanting to take a look back at these snapshots in time. And we found a number of them taken here in about 1942.
A photo's worth 1,000 words. So what do we have when we have access to these snapshots, literally frozen moments in time of Amarillo, of Borger, of Happy, of Canyon? Treasure trove doesn't even begin to describe it.
In part 2, we'll show you some of those rare photographs taken here in the Panhandle area, and at that time, taken from one of the very tallest structures here, the Santa Fe building. Steve Myers, Pro News 7.